top of them. They should have. So they've kind of gone up and down. John. Okay. And so the okay, we're down now 13:45. Go for the game. The old motorcycles are going to be getting warmed up pretty soon and coming down through there. And we'll have our national anthem, have our fireworks. Looking for a great place. If you ever want to watch a high school game and wonder what it should be like, you ought to come to Wilmington.
That is true, as the Cats, especially this year, boy, the crowd that was out here with Reed Custer a couple of weeks ago, boy, that was an environment that we haven't seen here in a long time. But the Cats back and home here tonight, not as big of a crowd. Of course, you have some weather issues tonight as well. It's not nearly as warm. There's some rain around. And, of course, it's not kind of the marquee type of matchup that it was between Reed Custer and Wilmington. But still, a lot at stake for Wilmington this last couple of weeks here, as it is for Streator. The Cats want to finish out the season undefeated, of course, to get as high a seed as they can possibly get. And Streator needs to win out to get a spot in the playoffs. So both of these teams still have a lot to play for tonight. That's the one thing about, especially the way Illinois does their playoffs, you really need to get every win possible in order for you to get a decent seed come playoff time. And so the Cats will be ready to play tonight. And then, of course, week 9 over at Manteno as well.
Well, I tell you what, it seems like we just started this season. Now we're coming into the last 2 games of the year, and the season's almost behind us. But they've got, as well, the playoffs to look forward to. And, hey, are you going to have your playoff production?
Oh, yeah, we're going to do that. That will be next Saturday night. Not this Saturday, but, of course, after that Week 9 game against Manteno, we'll have our playoff pairing show. That will be Saturday night, October 23rd, right around 7 p.m. will be our start time on that. We'll carry all 8 divisions and see where Wilmington ends up, whether it's 3A or 2A, and who they end up facing. Of course, if they're in 3A, there's a very good possibility they'll be in the same area as Reed Custer and also as Immaculate Conception. That could be a really tough road to get downstate or upstate. Is it Northern this year?
Well, yes, I think
either way, whichever place it's at this year, it'll be a little bit of a tough road to get there. And, of course, the Cats go in the 2A. Then there's a whole nother kind of list of things that can go on there. In any case, we are about 11 minutes from open to kick here tonight. We'll take first break of the night. When we come back, we'll look at some scores from last week, also get you set up for all the area action tonight as well. And a little bit later on the pregame show, we'll talk to the head coach of the Wildcats, Mr. Jeff Raintz. We do all that and more as Wilmington Wildcats Weekly rolls on, brought to you by Breezer Construction Company here on the Christian Internet Sports Network.
If you're looking for more information on Wilmington Wildcats football, then check out the Catbackers every Wednesday at 7 at Tuffy's. Each week, Coach Raintz goes over game film, takes questions from the audience, and presents the Offensive and Defensive Player of the Week awards. Plus, you'll get to hang out with other Wildcat fans and get the inside scoop on next week's game. So be sure to check out the Catbackers every Wednesday at 7 at Tuffy's. Teresa's Family Styling Salon in Wilmington is an all-ages salon that will style your hair for that special look. They offer cuts, perms, and coloring for any fashion. They also carry Paul Mitchell and Brocato products. Teresa's Family Styling Salon is located in the Southgate Plaza in Wilmington, and you can call for an appointment at 815-476-1955. That's 815-476-1955.
You know, just heard from Jeff Dillon in the Wilmington weather office, or at least that's what he's calling it. 57 degrees and drizzle tonight, so he's saying it's definitely football weather. And we would agree with that. Some scores from last week, of course. Wilmington defeated Lisle 31-14. Reed Custer, a 47-7 winner over this same Streator team. They'll be here tonight. Coal City, a 28-6 winner over Piatone. And Mantino, a 7-0 winner over Herscher. That's the ICE conference scores. Other scores from around the area, JCA beat Brother Rice 55-49. I want to talk about a shootout there. Morris, a 49-0 winner over Ottawa. Immaculate Conception defeated Riverside Brookfield. I believe the final there was 55-14. Marengo 21-20 over Plano. Johnsburg lost again 23-20 to Richmond Burton. Byron blew out Oregon last week. Providence had all kinds of issues with Loyola. They lost 40-0 to Loyola as well. And Sandwich ended up losing to Harvard 29-24. All right, so our games for tonight, 3-4 Streator, of course, here at 7-0 Wilmington. Coal City at 5-2 will be at Braidwood tonight. Reed Custer is at 6-1. Want to talk about a marquee matchup? There it is. Herscher 2-5 will be at Piatone tonight, who's 4-3. Lisle also at 4-3 will be at 2-5 Mantino. Morris undefeated at 7-0 will be at LaSalle Peru, who comes into tonight's game at 5-2. JCA will be at Bennett. Both of those teams are undefeated. Marengo at 4-3 will be an 0-7 Sandwich. Byron is still undefeated at 7-0. They'll be at Dixon tonight, who's 5-2. Providence at 3-4 will be at St. Rita, who's 5-2. Good luck with that one, Providence, but we'll see how that thing kind of plays out. Williamsville at 6-1 will be at New Berlin, who's 2-5. And Monticello at 6-1 will be at 6-1 Prairie Central. All right, we'll take a break. Come back with our interview with the head coach of the Wildcats, Mr. Jeff Reitz. We'll do that here in just a moment. This is Wilmington Wildcats Weekly here on the Christian Internet Sports Network.
Pro Real Estate is a family-owned business established in 1983. Its staff and sales agents work in all areas of real estate sales, from first-time home buyers to experienced investors. Located at 506 South Water Street in Wilmington, clients are welcome to stop by to discuss their real estate needs or visit our website at pro-homes.net. For a private consultation, contact us at 815-476-7916. Breezer Construction Company is a proud supporter of Wilmington Wildcats football on the Christian Internet Sports Network. For over 40 years, Breezer Construction Company has led the way in providing quality construction to the industrial, utility, and pipeline industries. For more information on Breezer Construction Company, go to breezerconstruction.com. That's breezerconstruction.com. Or call 815-521-0900. Welcome back here on Wilmington Wildcats Weekly, brought to you once again by Breezer Construction Company, and again joined by the head coach of the Wildcats, Mr. Jeff Reitz. And boy, Coach, that's a rough trip up to Lisle, and not very far away, but there's always that Friday night traffic. Then you have that weird thunderstorm or rain burst thing, and then you guys come out after having those atmospheres at home, and you had to try to get them ready to go on the road, but it seemed like they came out ready to go on Friday.
No, they were okay, yeah. I think it took us a little while to get going defensively. I thought we came out of the chutes really good, shutting down their run game. A little disappointed we gave up the big pass play toward the end of the first half there, but, up and down, which it always is up there. I thought Lisle came out ready to play, and Coach Boppert had the kids ready to go, and in the end, we come out with a big win. Like I said, at Catbackers the other night, I do believe that, Lisle, Piatone, a couple of other people on our schedule, I think they're potential playoff teams. I think Lisle's one of them. And so we had a big win against what could be a playoff team. And so you always want to put that, you always want to have, that's always a good feeling to have after a win like that.
Yeah, Lisle's one of those teams where if you come in kind of halfway and a slow start and whatever, all of a sudden you find yourself in a fourth quarter.
You're in a dogfight.
It's a tight game.
Well, you're exactly right. And how many times does that happen with us going up there? And the game's going into overtime, or the game's tight right out to the end. And a lot of kids play hard. Throughout all my years here, Lisle's always played hard. Mm-hmm. And that was the same way the other night. And so I was happy for the win, happy that our kids. I think we got a little bit better. It was a physical game for us. And we came out of it without any injuries even, so that was good to see.
Well, now you're back at home. You finished out that 8 and 9 weeks with Streator and then on the road at Mantino, but you have a Streator team that poses a little bit of an interesting threat to you. I know you've seen that spread offense before, but the speed in combination with that spread might pose a couple of wrinkles for you.
No, it does. They got really good speed on the outside, and Coach Tutt does a really good job. He's in his officially second year there. First year was the spring. But he's got his system in place, and he knows exactly what he's doing, and you can tell that on the field. He tries to get different matchup with kids and moves his kids around, so you got to be very aware of how he's moving his kids around. And all the time with the spread offense, they make you win one-on-one battles. We're going to get jump balls. We got to win those battles that we didn't the other night, and of course you got to stop the run. So we got to be able to run it, and we need to do a better job against the big play, and hopefully we can do that.
Streator's one of those teams too at the beginning of the year that you kind of look down through the ice conference thing and you're like, hey, wait a minute, Streator's 3-0,
Yeah.
and they honestly could have won another game or two outside of that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a team that could very easily be a playoff bubble team with a couple things.
You know what? You're exactly right, and they're coming in fighting for their playoff lives. They got to win their next two games to get into the playoffs, and I know after they went 3-0, that's what their goal was, and it still is their goal. And they came out of the gates and surprised everybody, and so you can't take them light. They're going to come on down here and play us really hard. We need to show up a few things, and like I said, play assignment football, and it's another ice game. It's a conference game, and we got that in Manteno next week. But first things first, it's our last official home game, and unofficially it's senior night. Where the kids know, by the way, and how lucky we are to get through COVID without having any disruptions with that. But we want to have our last home game, during the regular season as a good point for our seniors.
Now, we're talking about possibility of a chance of rain during this. Do you think that benefits you guys in some way?
We'll see. Sometimes a sloppy field, we love our speed. It detracts from it. But other times, it depends on too, how we doing up front against the guys. And so we'll see how that goes with the spread team. It's a harder football to throw, but by the same token, if a DB falls down, they could get an easy 6. So it kind of goes both ways there.
And then lastly here, where do you stand injury-wise?
Well, fortunate, we're very fortunate. Obviously the big one with Humphreys in the Coal City game, but overall we're good, knock on wood, and hopefully we can stay that way because, all hands on deck here for these 2 weeks and going into the playoffs.
Yeah. All right, Coach, good luck tonight, and again, we'll talk to you in the postgame.
All right, sounds good, John.
Coach Jeff Fritz joining us here on Wilmington Wildcats Weekly, brought to you by Breezer Construction Company, as we will bring the pregame show to a close, just about a minute and a half or so away from opening kick here tonight. Not the 35 or 40 motorcycles in the end zone, but there's still a good 8 or 10 out there, and that's pretty impressive, actually, considering it's like 55 degrees and raining.
Yeah, and we're glad to have them. I remember, I've got.
So there goes the fireworks off in the distance. We'll get set for the Cats to come down through the motorcycles and out onto the field here as they come right down through the woods. And Wilmington will take the field again here tonight with a bunch of stuff going on. We'll see if we can get this game underway. But once you saw what happened 2 weeks ago, and then you kind of get here tonight. It's still pretty awesome, even tonight. But
I had to be gone that week.
That was madness 2 weeks ago against Reed Custer. I mean, it's been a long time since I've seen a crowd like that around here.
A long time since I heard the press box like that.
Yeah, it was crazy. Fun, though. But it was a little crazy. All right, we're about set for opening kick tonight. By the way, Wilmington won the toss. They deferred to the second half, so Streator will get the ball first. You're going to see some interesting stuff from the Bulldogs here tonight. They have a spread offense. They came out early this year and sprinted out to a 3-0 record, but have since lost 4 consecutive games. Of course, when you get into conference play, the ice is pretty loaded with teams, so you kind of have to figure some things out. But this is a team that can give you a little bit of trouble if you let them hang around. So for the Cats tonight, the big thing's going to be getting a stop early on defense, then go ball control football and work that clock and get some points. I mean, that's really it's the secret every week.
Yes, it is. And I've watched. There's two things that kind of were in the back of my mind. One was going to Lyle to play. I never know what's going to happen there. And then the second one was these Bulldogs in the background coming up toward the end of the schedule. They have been a thorn in some people's flesh, and hopefully the Bulldogs or the Wildcats are ready for these Bulldogs and can take them to the shed.
By the way, Reed Custer already has a 7-0 lead on Coal City. So,
really? Wow.
In case you were kind of wondering about that tonight, the Comets already have a lead in that game.
Tell you what, that Comet team is a good team.
So once again, thank you for joining us here tonight, not only on the network, but also on the Wilmington School District YouTube page as well. So we appreciate everybody tuning in any way you can get it tonight. So opening kick played down around the 5-yard line across the 20, out to the 27-yard line goes Carlos Portuguese, and it will be a 1st and 10 for Streator from there. Now you're going to see the Bulldogs run a lot of spread here tonight, and there definitely is some speed at those wideout spots. So the Cats are going to have to be ready and be ready early for Streator to put the ball in the air. So the Cats putting 3 down linemen, and now Cougar Forsyth will join them as well to put 4 up there. And now late Hansen comes up there too, and out of the shotgun, 2 receivers to either side. And the handoff goes up the middle for a gain of maybe 2 yards.
Yeah, this one is only giving me, well, it still has a bar on it.
That is Daryl Gullins, the senior running back for Streator, who will pick up 2. Bulldogs led by Colin Jeffries here tonight, along with Christian Benning. Benning will take those snaps back there. By the way, Benning just a sophomore starting at that quarterback spot for Streator. So 2 receivers to the far side, 1 back to the near, and pistol formation here for Benning. 2nd down and 8 from the Streator 31. Pass comes over the middle of the field. That's going to be intercepted in midfield. And Friddle gets thrown to the ground there by Tyler Lucky, but Jacob Friddle with an interception, and right away Wilmington in business at the Streator 47-yard line. Boy, that pass was nowhere near anyone, and I kind of think maybe some miscommunication because there was no one over the middle of the field. So 1st and 10 for Wilmington, again from the 47 of Streator. Bulldogs are going to load up that line of scrimmage here tonight. Matter of fact, they got 6 guys up there right now. Wilmington hasn't even approached. So double wing for the Cats. Ryder Mentz, of course, under center. Colin James and Jacob Friddle are the wing backs. Friddle will get the pitch off the right side. Big hole, and Jacob Friddle's going to go for a touchdown. Well, that was fast. 47-yard touchdown run for the Wildcats and Jacob Friddle. And boom, the Cats are up 6-0.
Was that a shot?
That took 1 play and 47 yards. So the Cats lead at 6-0 with 10:58 to go in the first. And in case, there's times where in case you're wondering, okay, is Wilmington ready to go here tonight? Are they going to be, pumped up for this game? I think you just got your answer.
I think you did. Boy.
So the Cats lead at 6-0. Alan Richards on to attempt the extra point. Be out of the hold of Ryder Mentz. Wow. That was really quick. Richards with the kick. That is good. And Wilmington will lead at 7-0. 10:58 to go opening corner. Take a break. Come back with more Cats football in just a moment on the Christian Internet Sports Network.
Warren's Collision Center is now at 860 Easy Street in Braidwood. They accept all insurance companies, and as always, customer service is their top priority. Contact Warren's Collision at 815-458-3300, stop by online at warrenscollision.com, or visit in person at 860 Easy Street in Braidwood. Warren's Collision Center is open from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. Warren's Collision Center, where they care beyond the repair.
So the Cats lead it 7-0 with 10:58 to go on the opening quarter. Wilmington forced a turnover on the interception, and then immediately Friddle got the interception. Then Friddle ran 47 yards in the next play for a touchdown.
Yeah, you had 1 minute and 2 seconds and 2 possessions and a touchdown.
Yeah, you started off on defense too.
Yes.
So the kick will go down near the goal line, taken at the 1, across the 10, out near the 20, 25, out near the 27 goes the return, and Streator will get actually fairly decent field position after returning that kick from the 1-yard line. So Cade Stevens on the return for Streator, and now the Bulldogs down 7-0 will have to get things started back up again on offense. It's been a rough start for the Bulldogs. So 2 receivers to the far side, 1 back to the near. Out of the pistol formation now is Christian Benning. The Cats showing 5 here. Let's see if they send everybody. Wilmington is offside, and that will be 5 yards against the Wildcats. And that's something, honestly, that Wilmington has struggled with a little bit this year. The penalties have not been a huge problem yet, but when you get to playoff time and you get those kind of penalties, that is going to be a problem. So 1st and 5 for Streator out to the 32-yard line. By the way, Dominic D'Angelo along with Hunter Hayes and Nick Sanford up front for the Cats on that defensive line. Handoff comes left side, and that gets blown up in a hurry. It went to Daryl Gollins. Carson Hansen there along with Alan Richards.
He didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage.
And just like that, it will be 2nd down and 9 after a loss of 4 yards. So again, defensively for Wilmington, you have Brendan Moran along with Carson Hansen, Cougar Forsyth. And as Moran and Forsyth came in, rotating for D'Angelo and Sanford on that defensive line. So Alan Richards along with Carson Hansen at that linebacker spot. We'll give you the rest of this defense in just a moment. Of course, Mentz and Banis on the outside. Chris Lemaster in the middle of that field as well. And then Friddle back deep along with Colin James. In those safety spots. And we have a delay of game on Streator. Boy, things have just not started well for the Bulldogs here tonight. They had a turnover, gave up a 47-yard touchdown run. Now they're going backwards after having a 1st down and 5. It'll be 2nd and 14.
Well, this is not the way the Streator wanted to start out, that's for sure.
9:56 to go in our opening quarter. Streator moving right to left here as we start things tonight. Pass on the far side over the head of, I believe that's Anifi Ford, and it will bring up 3rd down and 14. And by the way, Ford was open.
Yes, he was. There was nobody within 5 yards from him.
He hits him with the ball. That's a 1st down. So it'll bring up 3rd down and 14. Again, Wilmington's defense has been very stingy this year, especially when you consider they played that high-powered Reed Custer offense and held them in check.
That was impressive.
Trips receivers to the near side, 1 to the far, and shotgun formation now for Christian Benning. Takes the snap, looks left side, fires down the sideline, and this is nowhere near anybody. I mean, that was 5 yards out of bounds on the near side and didn't give his receivers any chance to come down with that, and it'll bring up 4th and 14. I mean, he definitely has an arm.
He does have that.
There's no doubt about that. It's just struggling to hit his receivers.
If I was them, I would have liked to see him do a couple of shorter pass plays instead of a longer one like that.
Well, it'll be 4th and 14, and Benning will do the punting duties as well, so you always got to be a little bit careful with that. Line of scrimmage at the 23-yard line. This is going to be another delay of game. And, I mean, there's a play clock, a rather large play clock that should be easily visible, and they were set and ready to go. They just didn't snap the ball. So it goes from 4th and 14 to 4th and 19.
Went back and right up to their own goal.
With 9:40 to go in the opening quarter. Good snap, and the kick from Benning is short, but a pretty decent punt. Bounces at the 40 and then downed at the 44-yard line. That's where Wilmington will start 1st and 10.
Wilmington will take over at the
This is not the territory that Streator wants to be in, where you're giving Wilmington a short field and you're not picking up first downs, because the Cats will end up, if this continues, they'll have the ball for 85% of the game.
Yes, they will. This is really, well, just giving them too many advantages.
And the problem, whenever you play a spread-style offense, if you can't move the ball, the clock stops and you give the other team a ton of time of possession. So 1st and 10 from the 44. Again, back to the double wing here for the Cats. Mentz under center, pitches it to Friddle. Another big hole inside the 40. Still churning, still going all the way down to the 35-yard line. Picks up 9 yards on 1st down before he's finally brought down.
That was a beautiful power run. He had about 3 guys on him. He's carrying them for that last couple of yards. He refused to go down until he got the rest of it.
So bring up 2nd down and a yard. By the way, up front for the Cats, Alan Richards, along with Cade Hopwood, of course, Dominic D'Angelo, Nick Sanford, Brody Benson, also Caleb Patterson, all working up front on that line for the Cats here tonight. 2nd down and a yard. Pitch comes back to Friddle again. He's got a 1st down, still churning all the way inside the 30, down near the 28-yard line. A gain of 7 more yards and a Wilmington 1st down.
1st down, Wildcats.
So 8:39 to go in the 1st quarter. And quite frankly, it already feels like this game is getting out of control. For Streator, anyway. So 1st and 10 from the 28-yard line of Streator as they're trying to load up that defensive line. I mean, 6 guys up there.
They've got everybody within 5 yards.
Friddle again off the right side. Has a little bit of a hole and will end up picking 3, maybe 4 yards up down to the 25. So give him 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down and 7 as Brody Benson's helmet came off. So I'll have to send in a different lineman here. And by the way, I don't have him on either roster. So I think it was 51. I don't have 51 on either roster here. So.
No, we don't.
So 2nd down and 7 after a gain of 3. Again, everything packed in here. Mentz up under center. Wilmington moving left to right. And now Colin James inside the 25. He's going to roll into the end zone for a touchdown. I mean, that could not be any easier. 25-yard touchdown run for Colin James. Wilmington up 13-0. I mean, he made one little cutback, and there was nobody there.
He did. He made the one move while he was still in the backfield, and he just came through there like a steam engine. There's nobody laid a hand on it.
So Alan Richards on to attempt the extra point here. And again, if there's any doubt if Wilmington will be ready to go tonight, they've answered that emphatically. And good snap, good hold. The kick by Richards is good out of the hold of Ryder Mentz. And the Cats lead it 14-0 with 7:27 to go opening quarter. Take a break, come back with more Cats football in just a moment on the Christian Internet Sports Network.
Wilmington Pharmacy proudly accepts all insurance plans and can easily transfer your prescriptions. They also offer delivery and a drive-through window. Wilmington Pharmacy is open 9 to 7 Monday through Friday and 9 to 4 on Saturday. Stop by at 600 West Baltimore Street in Wilmington or call Wilmington Pharmacy at 815-926-1770. That's 815-926-1770.
So the Cats lead at 14-0. 7:27 to go opening quarter. And Richards will tee it up at the 40. Get set to kick off left to right here. Streator really desperately needs to do something offensively.
Yeah.
Because the way Wilmington's moved the football, again, this could start picking up some steam. So Richards on the approach here. This kick will come back inside the 5, down near the 1. Take it there across the 10 to the 15, out near the 20, and finally tripped up at about the 19. Streator will start there 1st and 10. The unfortunate thing for the Bulldogs is they have just gone backwards on the first couple of drives. And they've tried a couple different things, and quite frankly, there have been a couple of open receivers as well.
Yes. Yeah, I think if they could tone their pass patterns down, just not quite so deep.
So 2 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far out of the shotgun again is Christian Benning. I believe that's Gullens to his right. And the handoff comes near side. A lot of room across the 25 to the 30. Out to the 34-yard line goes Daryl Gullens.
Boy, it's a nice block that freed him for that last 5 yards.
That'll be a gain of 15 yards and a Streator first down.
Who was the runner then?
What's that?
Who was the runner that time?
Daryl Gullens, number 1.
Daryl, go.
So again, 2 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far, pistol formation here. As Christian Benning will take the snap now. Looking left side, there's nobody there, and actually a pretty good job of Benning to get back near the line of scrimmage because that play did not go where it was supposed to go. He went to look for somebody. That person was not there. And so he just said, okay, I guess I'm going to run.
That could be an awfully lonely feeling.
He actually gained a yard. That's pretty impressive, all things considered. So 2nd down and 9, 6:45 to go in this opening quarter. Wilmington leading 14-0. Again, 2 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far, Benning out of the shotgun again. Takes the snap, hands it off up the middle. That gets blown up as Daryl Gullens just really had nowhere to go. Looks like Hayes and Sanford in on the stop for Wilmington.
He ducked over and got away from the first man or two, but there was a whole bunch of guys there.
So it'll bring up 3rd down and 9, so no gain on that play. Now they'll switch the 2 receivers to the far side, 1 back to the near. Now they'll put the 2 receivers back to the near side and leave 1 on that far side. Shotgun formation here for Benning. So he'll take the snap. Looks left side, fires down the sideline. That is almost hauled in by Jensen Ketchum down at the Wilmington 35-yard line. That was actually a pretty nice pass, just about a foot too far. Good coverage out there by Bannis, but if that's dropped in, that's easily a first down.
That was a nice pass. He threw that. He must have thrown that about 40 yards in the air almost.
So it's 4th and 9, almost 10 from the Streator 34, and the Bulldogs apparently are going to go for it. I mean, this seems like an interesting idea. Trips receivers to the far side, 1 back over to the near. Benning again out of shotgun, and he is going to fire a pass deep down the far sideline. That is incomplete, and boy, you really got to wonder what's going on there. So that'll give Wilmington the football at the Streator 34-yard line. And, I mean, that's a pass pattern that's not even, I mean, you're talking 25 yards downfield.
Wildcats will take over on downs.
I think
Defense.
I'm back on your side of things. Throw 5-yard passes, 10-yard passes, and get yourself some yardage.
Don't get greedy. Take what the defense will give you. And they back off a little bit so you can at least complete a short pass.
Well, the problem now is that this defense that's given up 2 really quick touchdowns. Wilmington has had the ball in Streator territory all 3 times that they've started drives here tonight. And they're again, deep in Streator territory at the 34 to start this one. Colin James off the left side, slipped, gets through inside the 25, down to the 20, to the 15 before he's finally brought down. There is a flag, so this is more than likely going to come back.
I was almost thinking it might be face mask.
Well, we'll see. I'm thinking hold, but you never know. Personal foul against Streator, so I guess you're right. It is a face mask. So tack that on to the end of the run.
Personal foul against Streator.
So that is a gain of 16 for Colin James. Tack on the penalty here, and the ball's going to be all the way down to the Streator 8 after one play. I'll tell you, there hasn't been that many snaps tonight, but there's been a ton of yardage.
Yes, there has been.
So first and goal from the 8, back to the double wing here. And Mentz is going to keep it himself. Gets down inside the 5, down near the 3 before he's brought down by Tyler Lucky. And it will be second and goal. See where they actually spot that ball. It'll be from the 3, looks like. I mean, Wilmington could go up 3 scores, and we're barely halfway through the first quarter.
And this is with the slow down offense where you're trying to use the clock.
Right. The Cats are not a, roll points up kind of offense. So back to double wing here from the 3. Pitch off to Friddle, and he's going to basically walk into the end zone. Got behind that offensive line, and the Cats get another touchdown. They're up 20-0 with 4:51 to go in the opening quarter. So Alan Richards will come on and attempt another extra point here. But to say Wilmington has dominated this first quarter would not really even be close. I mean, they've controlled every single second of this first quarter so far. Snaps a little low. Good dig out there by Mentz and banged through by Richards. So a 21-0 lead for Wilmington with 4:51 to go in the opening quarter. We'll take a timeout. Come back with more Cats football in just a moment on the Christian Internet Sports Network.
When you need the very best representation on your side, the attorneys and staff at Odekirk Allred and Associates are here to help with extensive professional experience in cases involving criminal defense, divorce, custody, personal injury, residential real estate, and driver's license reinstatement. Odekirk Allred and Associates and its diverse team is prepared to commit personalized attention and aggressive representation to achieve positive outcomes for your most stressful legal issues. Odekirk Allred and Associates has a team of highly skilled attorneys from the area, including Wilmington locals. Odekirk Allred and Associates takes pride in its communication skills and unmatched reputation for success. Contact Odekirk Allred and Associates at 815-740-1700 or stop by their new office location in Wilmington at 1095 South Water Street for your free consultation today.
So Wilmington leads at 21-0 with 4:51 to go in the first quarter. Kick will come down inside the 15 and skip out of bounds inside the 10, and that's one of the few errors for Alan Richards on kickoffs this year, as that goes out of bounds and will be brought out for some of the best field position for Streator so far tonight. Outside of that, though, Wilmington has pretty much done everything correct so far tonight. Played just a hair over half of one quarter, and the Cats lead at 21-0.
It's hard to be critical of them.
By the way, Reed Custer leads Coal City 14-3 in the second quarter, so we'll keep track of that one as the night goes on as well.
Yeah.
So everything kind of packed in here for Streator as they have a little diamond trip set to the far side, a one receiver to the near. Pitch goes right side, a little halfback option pass, and that's intercepted. I mean, there's just Ryder Mentz picks off that pass, and Wilmington will have it at the Streator 40-yard line. Man, that was a pitch out to, I think it was Gollins, and then Gollins fired an interception. Ryder Mentz ended up with the pick, and Wilmington will have it 1st and 10 from the Streator 40.
Boy, that was a kind of a strange little pass. It wasn't a shuttle pass, but it was kind of almost a half hook shot.
So timeout to Wilmington here with 4:46 to go in the quarter. Again, let's take a brief timeout. Come back with more in just a moment. You're listening to Cats Football on the Christian Internet Sports Network.
Wilmington Pizzeria is located at 205 East Baltimore Street in Wilmington. They have pizza, pasta, sandwiches, and a full selection of family meal deals. They offer pickup and delivery too. Wilmington Pizzeria is open Monday through Thursday, 10:30 to 9, and Friday and Saturday from 10:30 to 10. Call Wilmington Pizzeria at 815-476-7011. That's 815-476-7011.
So 21-0 is the lead for Wilmington. 1st and 10 from the Streator 40. Handoff goes to the fullback, Carson Hansen. He'll get inside the 40 down near the 37-yard line to bring up 2nd down and 8. It's about the only play that hasn't gotten at least 6 or 7 yards.
Oh,
It's
wrong,
been
had the wrong team.
pretty much everything Wilmington has tried has worked, and just about everything Streator has tried hasn't worked. And that's pretty much it. 2nd down and 8 from the Streator 37. Pitch comes right side. This is Friddle, and he'll shove the pile ahead down near the 30. So give Jacob Friddle a gain of about 7 more. It'll bring up 3rd and short for Wilmington at the 31 of Streator. So 3:45 and counting.
You know, we're getting close to 3:45, so we're getting close to the end of the first quarter. James Collins has touched the ball one time. Colin James, excuse me, one time for 25 yards and a touchdown.
So 3rd and a yard, pitch back to James. He has the 1st down, still going down inside the 20 before he's finally tripped up at about the 19. Gain of 12. Well, we'll see where they put that ball down. A gain of 13 and a Wilmington 1st down to the 19-yard line of Streator. Boy, still 3:13 to go in the first quarter, and Wilmington leading it 21-0. Every single snap of this game has happened on the Streator side of the 50 so far.
You know, you're absolutely right.
Every single one. So Mentz drops back the pass, fires near side, caught at the 15, down to the 10. This is James down to the 5 before he's shoved out of bounds. And pass completed from Ryder Mentz to Colin James. Be a gain of 15 yards and a Wilmington 1st down to the 5. By the way, this is a good night to try some of that too.
Yes.
Let Ryder throw some passes and try to work on that part of the game that you're probably going to need come playoff time.
Is that his first completion?
I think there's been 1 or 2 this year, but there haven't been many. There haven't been very many attempts.
No.
1st and goal from the 5, pitch back to, I was trying to see who that is. That Hansen? Was that Carson Hansen from the wingback spot? He's down to the 1. A gain of 4. Now they're going to say touchdown. Everybody was saying, is that a touchdown or not? I believe, Carson Hansen on the 5-yard touchdown run from a wingback spot. Well, that's new. I almost had to do a double take to make sure it was Carson. So 27-0 with 2:38 to go in the first quarter. As Richards on to attempt the extra point.
And get this. This is with a totally running team.
And that kick is good. Wilmington now leads it 28-0 with 2:38 to go in the first quarter. Back with more Cats football in a moment on the Christian Internet Sports Network.
Quigley Technology Services is your local source for computer help. They have built numerous websites, including ours, here at the Christian Internet Sports Network. Quigley Technology Services also specializes in virus removal, so your computer will get back to full speed now. And you can trust them for first-class computer repair, including free local pickup and delivery, plus on-site service, including after hours. Contact Quigley Technology Services at 815-293-7844 or stop by at quigtech.com. That's QUIG tech.com.
So the Cats will get set to kick off from the 40, going left to right. 2:38 to go in this opening corner as So Richards on the approach here. The kick will come back down inside the 2, taken there, and now across the 10. Now going sideways on the return as Cade Stevens still going backwards and finally tackled back near the 5. And I believe that there might be a face mask thrown in there somewhere. There's a flag out near the 10.
Now, the way he kept going around in circles and ducking his head up and down, it just very easily could have happened.
That return started out to about the 15, went backwards to the 5. And I think they're going to call it a personal foul, which will get Streator out of a little bit of trouble. That will take it out near the 20.
Yeah, I mean, it was one of those things that Wilmington couldn't help it. He was putting his head sometimes down below his knees, trying to get away from people.
Oh, well, I had it wrong. I guess it's a 5-yard incidental face mask. At least it looks like a 5-yard penalty because it's out near about the 12-yard line. So Streator going right to left again, deep in their own territory. Trips receivers to one side, one to the far. And this goes to Gullens on the end around. Now they throw it back on the near side. This might be a safety, and it's thrown into the end zone for a safety, but it's not going to matter because there is a face mask because he's going to wipe that off the board. And again, Streator goes backwards on another trick play. That it looked like an end around that turned into a reverse pass. And it went for a safety. But I think this will get taken off the board because of a face mask. Although this is an interesting rule wrinkle, though, because how do you apply that if it happens in the end zone? This is an interesting rule book thing. So personal foul face mask against Wilmington, and it's going to bring the ball back way out to the 15, apparently. They're going to mark it off from the goal line, I guess? Yeah, sure. So first down and 6, close to 7. I'll tell you this much, though. Streator has tried everything in the first quarter.
Yeah, they have.
I mean, they've tried everything. The problem is nothing has worked. 2 receivers to the near side, one to the far. Benning will hand it off, and a little bit of room here across the 20, 25, out near the 30 on the run goes Darrell Gullens. That will be a gain of 15 yards and a Streator first down. That's been the one play tonight that's worked.
Yeah, he's gotten 15 twice. That play's worked a couple times.
I don't think you could do that every time, but
Yeah. Well,
every
the
now
other
and then
three,
that works.
other 3 times he had 2, -4, and 0.
So 1:54 to go in the opening quarter. Wilmington leading it 28-0. Now trips receivers to the far side. This is Benning. Going to try to keep it himself. He slips and then is dropped by Sanford.
Well, that's the wrong place to be going if you're slipping.
A loss of a couple of yards. It'll bring up 2nd down and 12, almost 2nd and 13. Back to the 28-yard line of Streator. Down to 1:30 to go here in the first quarter. Well, look at this formation. Trips receivers to the near side. They have 1 receiver all the way back at the 15-yard line. So swing pass off on the near side. That's caught across the 30 out to the 35. That's a gain of 7 yards on the reception by Cade Stevens. Bring up 3rd down and 5.
That was an interesting formation.
That's something. And they're going to run kind of the same formation. Trips receivers to the near side with Stevens back at the 25, 10 yards off the line of scrimmage.
He gets time to
So
set
back
up.
it comes to Benning. Now they'll swing it far side. And that initially was blown up, but still with it on the far side is Anifi Ford. He ends up with no yards, although did a nice run to get no yards. Broke a couple of tackles before Hansen finally tackles him. So 4th down and 4 and a timeout to Streator. Take a break as well. Cats lead at 28-0. Back in just a moment.
If you're looking for more information on Wilmington Wildcats football, then check out the Catbackers every Wednesday at 7 at Tuffy's. Each week, Coach Reentz goes over game film, takes questions from the audience, and presents the Offensive and Defensive Player of the Week awards. Plus, you'll get to hang out with other Wildcat fans and get the inside scoop on next week's game. So be sure to check out the Catbackers every Wednesday at 7 at Tuffy's. Teresa's Family Styling Salon in Wilmington is an all-ages salon that will style your hair for that special look. They offer cuts, perms, and coloring for any fashion. They also carry Paul Mitchell and Brocato products. Teresa's Family Styling Salon is located in the Southgate Plaza in Wilmington, and you can call for an appointment at 815-476-1955. That's 815-476-1955.
Well, on the run off the near side, that gets blown up by Carson Hansen. Cade Stevens actually loses 3 yards. And on 4th down, Streator turns the ball back over again. So,
Well, they tried a quarterback keeper that time, rolling out to the left side. But
when literally nothing has changed. So Wilmington has been in Streator every single play still in the entire first quarter was run on one side of the 50-yard line. Every play has been inside the 50 on the Streator side. Mentz pitches it right side on 1st and 10. This is Hansen inside the 20 all the way down near the 19 as Carson Hansen will pick up about 13 yards for a Wilmington 1st down. Boy, this is a different look with Carson Hansen at a wingback. Jacob Friddle limping out.
that's not good.
That is not what you want to see is Jacob Friddle coming out limping. Well, let's see. Hansen and Colin James are at wingbacks with Hunter Hayes at fullback. Mentz under center. This is Hansen again inside the 20, inside the 15. Carson Hansen is taking everybody with him down to the 5-yard line. He'll pick up 15 more yards and a Wilmington 1st down with 4.4 seconds to go in the corner. Well, maybe this should be something that Wilmington takes a look at.
Those he wasn't carrying, he was running over the top of.
So the Cats lead it 28-0 at the end of the first quarter, and they are knocking on the door for another score as we'll head to quarter number 2. This is Wilmington Wildcats football.
Well, they tried to quarterback keeper that time,
Pro Real Estate is a family-owned business established in 1983. Its staff and sales agents work in all areas of real estate sales, from first-time homebuyers to experienced investors. Located at 506 South Water Street in Wilmington, clients are welcome to stop by to discuss their real estate needs or visit our website at pro-homes.net. For a private consultation, contact us at 815-476-7916. Breezer Construction Company is a proud supporter of Wilmington Wildcats football on the Christian Internet Sports Network. For over 40 years, Breezer Construction Company has led the way in providing quality construction to the industrial, utility, and pipeline industries. For more information on Breezer Construction Company, go to breezerconstruction.com. That's breezerconstruction.com. Or call 815-521-0900.
Well, the Cats up 28-0 as we start the second quarter. By the way, Dennis is over there in Manteno. 18-7 is the lead for a while with about 4 minutes to go in the half over there. Dennis said it is raining, so for whatever that's worth.
Yeah.
Manteno, I believe.
Manteno.
Lyle over there tonight. 18-7 is the lead for Lyle late in this first half. So first and goal from the 5. This is Hansen again, and that's going to be an easy score. Carson Hansen just carries everybody with him into the end zone. And Carson Hansen with a touchdown, and it'll make the Wilmington lead 34-0. And we have just started quarter number 2, literally the first play of the second quarter, and Wilmington leads it 34-0.
Well, that drive was Hansen for 33 yards and a touchdown and 3 carries. That was amazing. Boy, what power he showed.
So Richards on for the extra point. Good snap, good hold. The kick is good as well. And Wilmington now leads it 35-0 with 11:55 to go in the second quarter. Back in just a moment. This is Wilmington Wildcats football.
Warren's Collision Center is now at 860 Easy Street in Braidwood. They accept all insurance companies, and as always, customer service is their top priority. Contact Warren's Collision at 815-458-3300, stop by online at warrenscollision.com, or visit in person at 860 Easy Street in Braidwood. Warren's Collision Center is open from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. Warren's Collision Center, where they care beyond the repair.
So the Cats will get set to kick away from the 40. By the way, a different kicker out there for Wilmington. This will be Reed Juster, 5'11", 170-pound sophomore who will get set to kick here for the Cats. Wilmington already going in to some second-tier guys. So Reed on to kick off here. Actually has done a pretty good job at that fresh soft level. Juster's kick is inside the 15. This might get into the end zone. It does. And that will go for a touchback.
That's a pretty good kick for the young guy.
Yeah, he's done a really nice job at that fresh soft level, and now getting a chance to kick a little bit tonight at the varsity level.
Well, let's see. Now we're on the other side of the field only because we changed quarters.
But, I mean, we're still not past the 50-yard line on Streator's side.
Right.
No matter which side you flip this to. When was the last time that you saw half of football that's nobody snapped the ball on the other side of the 50?
I have never seen a game like that.
I don't know.
Not a regular game.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if I've seen that. At least not for a half. Maybe a corner that might have happened somewhere along the line, but I don't know about a half. We got a ways to go to get there, though. 2 receivers to the far side, 1 back to the near. Handoff goes up the middle, and this gets stacked up after a gain of maybe a yard or 2, and that's about it.
We got 2 yards.
believe that's Goins again on the carry, and it'll be second down and 8.
Goins has had a couple 15-yard runs.
Yeah, he's been the one spot tonight for Streator that has picked up some positive yards. So out of the shotgun again. Well, that snap almost went over the head of Benning, and he gets absolutely leveled as the pass comes out on the near side. It's Brendan Moran just ran over the top of Benning.
Now, do you count that as a pass, or do you count that?
I mean,
I
yeah,
guess it's a pass,
it's an
because-
incomplete pass, but that was pretty rough as Moran just leveled Benning.
He didn't see him come at all. It came from his backside. Boy, he hit him full steam ahead.
Third down and 8 from the Streator 22, 11:09 to go in the half. Benning drops back, fires down the middle of the field. There's nothing there. I mean, that's intended for Anifi Ford. Ryan Bannis had great coverage and just nothing doing. And Streator's not really going to go for it again, are they?
I hope not.
I just don't.
I really do hope not. 'Cause
It certainly appears like they're going to go for it.
I mean, if you don't get it this time, you're going to turn the ball over to the 22-yard line.
Well,
I guess the coach figure one of these times they've got to get it.
well, it's fourth down and 8. Streator's going to have to take a timeout here because nothing's going on. So we'll have a timeout to the Bulldogs. They've now gone through 2 of their timeouts here in the half. Take another break. Come back in a moment. This is Wilmington Wildcats football.
Wilmington Pharmacy proudly accepts all insurance plans and can easily transfer your prescriptions. They also offer delivery and a drive-through window. Wilmington Pharmacy is open 9 to 7 Monday through Friday and 9 to 4 on Saturday. Stop by at 600 West Baltimore Street in Wilmington or call Wilmington Pharmacy at 815-926-1770. That's 815-926-1770. $35-0 is the lead for Wilmington. I do think Streator's going to punt this away, though, which seems like that would be the smarter decision. So 4th and 8 as Christian Benning will get set to punt. Of course, that's... Nope, they're going to run a fake. They fire it deep down the sideline, and that is incomplete. And intended for Anifi Ford, broken up by Ryan Bannis. And my goodness. Well, I mean, we talked about Wilmington having a really good starting field position tonight.
Yes.
That's just improved. It's down to the Streator 22-yard line now for the start of this drive. So 1st and 10 for the Wildcats, already deep in Streator territory and a 35-0 lead.
And yes, you were hearing correctly, 35-0.
So Mentz under center, pitch comes left side. This is Colin James inside the 10, 5, touchdown Colin James. So Colin James on a 22-yard touchdown run, and the Cats now lead it 41-0 with 10:53 to go in the half.
In the half.
Well, so Alan Richards on to attempt the extra point. Good snap, good hold. The kick by Richards is good as well. Wilmington now leads it 42-0 with 10:53 to go in the half. Take another brief timeout. Back with more in a moment. This is Wilmington Wildcats football.
When you need the very best representation on your side, the attorneys and staff at Odekirk Allred and Associates are here to help with extensive professional experience in cases involving criminal defense, divorce, custody, personal injury, residential real estate, and driver's license reinstatement. Odekirk Allred and Associates and its diverse team is prepared to commit personalized attention and aggressive representation to achieve positive outcomes for your most stressful legal issues. Odekirk Allred and Associates has a team of highly skilled attorneys from the area, including Wilmington locals. Odekirk Allred and Associates takes pride in its communication skills and unmatched reputation for success. Contact Odekirk Allred and Associates at 815-740-1700 or stop by their new office location in Wilmington at 1095 South Water Street for your free consultation today.
Well, the Cats now lead it 42-0 with 10:53 to go in the half. So basically in one quarter. So this returned out across the 25 to the 30, 35 out near the 40 on the return. Goes Cade Stevens, and Streator will take over there, 1st and 10. This might be the time that there's a snap on the other side of the 50.
Yep, it could happen right here. Starting out at the 40-yard line, 39-yard line.
Well, see if Streator can come up with something offensively here. 2 receivers to the far side, 2 back to the near. Benning will be again out of that shotgun. The Bulldogs searching for anything here in this first half. 1st and 10 from the 39. Benning fires far side, and that honestly looked like it should have been caught by Anifi Ford. I mean, it turned around to get it a little bit, but looked like it went through his hands. Bannis out there on coverage will bring up 2nd down and 10.
2nd and 10 from Streator.
Well, we were just talking here in the press box. By the time we get to the halftime show tonight in our IHSA Football Scoreboard, by the way, brought to you by Odekirk Allred and Associates, there might be half the games in the state over by then, at this rate. 2 receivers to either side. Again, Benning out of the shotgun here on 2nd and 10. Fires far side. That is caught, and this is going to get into Wilmington territory. Down to the 46-yard line of the Wildcats. A gain of 15 yards on the reception by Anifi Ford. And all the way down to the 45-yard line.
That's the 3rd time they've got a 15-yard play today. 2 running plays by Darrell, and then the pass play here to Ford.
Old Streator is now in Wilmington territory. Trips receivers to the near side, 1 to the far. Benning swing pass over here on the near side. Good hustle by Sanford. He didn't actually make the tackle, but he got over there. And Cougar Forsyth ended up making the stop after a gain of a yard or so off the reception by Cade Stevens. They're going to give him 2 yards, so bring up 2nd down and 8. From the Wilmington 43. 2 receivers to the far side, 1 back to the near. Benning will be out of the shotgun here with Goins to his right. He'll give it to Goins, and that gets blown up in the backfield by Hayes. And it's actually going to go backwards about 4 or 5 yards. There's Hunter Hayes steps in and drops Goins. They're going to give him a little bit of forward progress here. So be a loss of 4 yards. 3rd down and 12 for Streator from the Wilmington 47-yard line. 9:08 to go in the 3rd quarter. This has been the longest drive of Streator's night. Taking a couple of minutes off the board here. Trips receivers to the near side, 1 to the far. As Benning will take the snap, trying to look left side. Now will tuck it, looks downfield, fires, and that is incomplete. I don't know what that flag could possibly. There was nothing even going on. We'll see what that flag is.
Is it an illegal receiver downfield?
Well, I mean, out of all that stuff, that's about the only thing it could be. I mean, well, they did have a lineman down at like the 30 or 25, so that's so yes, it's an illegal man downfield. That's about all it could be because nothing else is really happening. So that will back up. Actually, Wilmington's going to decline the penalty. So the Cats decline it. It'll bring up 4th down and 12. And, you know, I guess if you're Streator, if you can go for it from anywhere, go for it from here.
Well, yeah, now here, yeah, this is a good place to go for it.
All right, trips receivers to the near side, one of the far, and 4th and 12 from the Wilmington 47-yard line.
4 wide receivers.
Christian Benning takes a step back, fires down the sideline. That is knocked away and complete. Boy, what defense down there by Ryder Mentz.
Beautiful.
That is played about as good as you can do it. Knocks it away from the intended receiver. That's Cade Stevens. And Wilmington will take over 1st and 10 from their own 47-yard line. I mean, they've tried that deep pass pattern 8 or 9 times, and they've really not come close to completing it.
I think he's overthrowing the power of his arm to get it completed well.
Well, and he's only a sophomore, too, so he's got a couple of years to get that under control. By the way, Dennis says it's Lyle 24-7 over Mantino at the half. So 1st and 10 from the 47. Pitch comes left side, inside the 45, all the way down near the 43 on that run. It is, I believe it's Chris Lemaster on the carry for Wilmington. So Lemaster picks up 11 yards and a Wilmington 1st down. Carson Hansen comes off the field now.
Yeah, you say was it 15 yards?
11 yards. Well, the Cats, I mean, there's still 8 minutes to go in the half.
Yeah, we have people involved in the game now. Lemaster sort usually doesn't get too much business. But
so 1st and 10 from the 42. Mentz up under center. By the way, JT Mandak is at the other wing spot. This is Lemaster again inside the 35 down near the 34. And that will set up 2nd and shorts. So a gain of 7 bring up 2nd down and 3. So Wilmington starting to rotate in linemen now as well. I mean, this is early to be getting into 2nd team, but really not much else you can do with it.
yeah, it's coaches doing a good job taking advantage of the situation, getting some of those guys in,
So
getting some reps.
Lemaster and Mandak at the wingbacks. This is JT off the right side, bangs inside the 30, down near the 29-yard line, and a gain of 6 yards and a Wilmington 1st down. So between Mandak and Lemaster doing a good job of churning out some yardage. By the way, Hunter Hayes is still at that fullback spot. Again, good night for Wilmington to rotate through a bunch of different people. As a matter of fact, they put Carson Hansen at wingback for a while. And you want to take a look at some of that stuff just in case, you know, something happens down the line.
Yeah.
And you need to rotate some things around a little bit.
Plus, you don't have a chance of getting some key guys hurt.
So this is Lemaster off the left side, inside the 30, following his lineman inside the 25. And he's finally tripped up about the 24-yard line. Be a gain of 5 more yards. Bring out 2nd and 5 for Wilmington.
Nice job by the master coming around that left side there and following his lineman right up through there. By the way, those linemen are opening those holes up.
All right, be sure to stick around for our halftime show here tonight, brought to you by Pro Real Estate at pro-homes.net. We'll check your first half stats. We'll also have a full check of the IHSA Football Scoreboard, brought to you by Odekirk Allred and Associates. Get you set for the second half as well. Pitch comes left side. This is Lemaster, who gets dropped after a gain of maybe a yard. Bring up 3rd down and 4.
Lemaster on the carry. Bring up a 3rd and 4 for the Cats. Cats.
Boy, this has been one of the longer first halves I can remember. If Wilmington can keep that 40-point advantage, they'll go into the half. Second half clock would just roll. So Mentz back up under center. Pitch back to Mandak, and he's going to get down near another first down. Matter of fact, I think he's got it inside. Now he definitely has it. Shoved inside the 20, down near the 18-yard line. Be a gain of 5 yards and a Wilmington first down.
That was some tough running. He refused to go down again.
Be sure to join us next week. Wilmington will be on the road at Mantino, 6:45 broadcast time here on the network. And then, of course, next Saturday, October 23rd, we'll have the IHSA Football Playoff Pairing Show about 7 o'clock on that Saturday night. So be sure to join us for that as well. So Mandak and Lemaster at wing backs here from the 18. This comes underneath to Lemaster. And stretches ahead down to near the 16-yard line. Again, of a couple. Bring up second and long for Wilmington. Say about 2nd and 7 or so.
2nd and 7 for the Cats.
This is pretty effectively running what Wilmington wanted to do here, which is get 4 or 5 yards of carry, churn through a bunch of clock, get to the end of this half. Of course, you get the second half, you'll see full-on second team. Mentz up under center. Pitch back to Mandak. Inside the 15. Gets down near the 11 before he's tripped up. So a gain of about
3rd and 2 for the Cats.
4, almost 5 more. 3rd and a long 2 for Wilmington. Clock rolling as we'll approach 3 minutes and 30 seconds to go here in the half. Again, Wilmington using every second of that play clock. Good ball control offense here.
That's what Coach loves to have done, is take and control that ball and run the clock down.
Underneath comes Lemaster. That got blown up. Maybe a yard.
Lemaster on the carry.
Bring up 4th down and a yard, maybe 2.
Gonna try a field goal? Or?
Well, it looks like they are going to bring the field goal unit out, so Richards will get a chance to attempt another field goal during live game action here. This will be, see where they set this up, a 28-yard field goal attempt. High snap, good grab by Mentz, and Richards kicks it inside that right upright. Boy, that is amazing from Ryder Mentz to grab that and even get it back down. Richards had to hang out for a second, but he manages to put it through. And Wilmington now leads it 45-0 with 2:21 to go in the half.
Ladies and gentlemen,
so again, be sure to join us on our halftime show here in just a couple of minutes. Again, brought to you by Pro Real Estate at pro-homes.net. Full check of the first half stats. Get you set for the second half. We'll also have a look at the IHSA Football Scoreboard, brought to you by Odekirk Allred and Associates. We will do all of that here in just a couple of minutes as soon as we get to the half here tonight. Wilmington leading it 45-0. As
they're starting to run some clock off now. That's good. Well, they were worried whether Wilmington was going to be ready to play tonight. I think we've answered that.
Yes, Reed Jester will get set to kick off here. The sophomore approaches, but that's a really nice kick too. Down to the 10-yard line and we return across the 20, 25, out near the 30. 35-yard line, still going, and that's where Streator will start 1st and 10.
That's where Streator's got most of the yards is on returns.
Well, the Bulldogs going to try to get something on the board before the end of the half here. Of course, Wilmington wants to keep this at a 45-0 lead so that the clock will run in the second half. So the Cats will leave that starting defense in. So 2 receivers to the far side, 1 back to the near. Benning out of the shotgun here with Daryl Goins to his right. Little pitch ahead. And it'll be loss of a couple of yards. I think that's 34. I don't have a 34 on this roster. Unless he's from that freshman roster, which is Hachark. And it could be a freshman. I don't know. So only one I got is David Hachark. So a loss of 2 would bring up 2nd down and 12. Clock runs down to 1:35 to go in the half. 2 receivers to either side. Benning out of the shotgun. Swing pass is incomplete. Goes over the head of Tyler Lucky. It'll bring up 3rd down and 12.
So far, the Bulldogs are 4 out of 16 for 24 yards.
Tell you what, there's been a lot of rain over the last couple of days, and this field again has held up very well.
Yeah, there's no muddy spots in it at all. It's really nice.
So 2 receivers to either side. Benning fires deep down the sideline, has a receiver, and is it caught? Nope. Through the hands of Anifi Ford down at the Wilmington 30. That's a really good coverage out there, too. I think that's Bannis, but that pass was put on the money.
Yeah, I was just going to say, that was a good pass. That was right. That could have been completed, but there was good defense by Wilmington at the same time.
So 4th down and 12, and Streator going to go for it again with 1:21 to go in the half. So 2 receivers to either side. So Benning takes the snap, looks down the sideline, fires deep down the middle of the field. That is incomplete. And that will bring us back to a 1st and 10 for Wilmington after the turnover on downs.
Wildcats take over on downs.
Well, the Cats will have it 1st and 10 from the 33 of Streator. I mean, this thing started going sideways early for Streator, and they just haven't ever got it pointed in the right direction. Well, let's see what Wilmington does here with 1:16 to go in the half. They might just take a knee. That's what they'll do. Ryder Mentz will take a knee in the first half. You don't see that very often. And the Cats will have to snap the ball one more time here in the half. Once again, be sure to stick around for the halftime show brought to you by Pro Real Estate, pro-homes.net. And a full check of our IHSA football scoreboard as well. So another knee for Mentz. And that'll do it for the first half. All right, welcome into our halftime show brought to you by Pro Real Estate at pro-homes.net. We'll take a timeout, come back with a full check of your first half stats. We'll also have a full check of the IHSA football scoreboard brought to you by Odekirk Allred Associates. We'll get to all that stuff and a little bit more here in just a couple of minutes as the Cats lead at 45-0 at the break. Back in just a moment.
Quigley Technology Services is your local source for computer help. They have built numerous websites, including ours here at the Christian Internet Sports Network. Quigley Technology Services also specializes in virus removal, so your computer will get back to full speed now. And you can trust them for first-class computer repair, including free local pickup and delivery, plus on-site service, including after hours. Contact Quigley Technology Services at 815-293-7844 or stop by at quigtech.com. That's QUIG tech.com. If you're looking for more information on Wilmington Wildcats football, then check out the Catbackers every Wednesday at 7 at Tuffy's. Each week, Coach Reentz goes over game film, takes questions from the audience, and presents the Offensive and Defensive Player of the Week awards. Plus, you'll get to hang out with other Wildcat fans and get the inside scoop on next week's game. So be sure to check out the Catbackers every Wednesday at 7 at Tuffy's. Teresa's Family Styling Salon in Wilmington is an all-ages salon that will style your hair for that special look. They offer cuts, perms, and coloring for any fashion. They also carry Paul Mitchell and Brocato products. Teresa's Family Styling Salon is located in the Southgate Plaza in Wilmington, and you can call for an appointment at 815-476-1955. That's 815-476-1955.
What's up, man? Good to see you're here. Do you want a beer?
No thanks, I don't drink.
Oh, come on, relax. Have some fun. Everyone else is drinking.
We have a lot to do tomorrow and I can't be all hungover from drinking. Yeah, I'm having enough trouble with school and sports and clubs and so much stuff. I don't have time to be worrying about if I got caught drunk.
Come on, man. This will help relax your mind and worries, and you'll have a good time.
Oh, man, cops. Run. We better book it out of here.
I'm so glad we weren't stupid and didn't drink. I know, right?
The Wilmington Coalition for a Healthy Community is committed and proud to bring programs and resources to help area residents. Our mission is to build a safe, productive, and substance-free community through these programs. The issues and problems that come with alcohol and drug abuse are very real, and the effects can be devastating. If you or anyone you know is in need of help, please call 815-476-1660. Help is only a phone call away.
This ad is brought to you by the Wilmington Coalition for a Healthy Community in partnership with Sebring Goodman Teen Institute, ONDCP, and SAMHSA.
Back in the halftime show brought to you by Pro Real Estate at pro-homes.net and also at 815-476-7916. All Wilmington in that first half. They lead at 45-0 over Streator. And it could have been much worse than that. The Cats kind of pulled everything back a little bit, started putting in second teamers and really did their best to not run up the score. Matter of fact, took a knee toward the end of the half to try to keep it where it's at.
They just ran off the last. They got the ball, in the 22-yard line, just ran 1 minute and 16 seconds off by taking knees.
All right, let's check your first half stats. First for the Streator Bulldogs. Rushing, Christian Benning, 3 carries for -4 yards. Daryl Goins, kind of the one bright spot for Streator in that first half. 7 carries for 26 yards. And then number 34, who's not in our roster here, had 1 rush for -2 yards. Streator, 11 carries for 20 yards. Christian Benning through the air was 4 of 18 in that first half for 24 yards. Cade Stevens with a couple of receptions, and Anifi Ford also had 2 receptions for 15 total yards and 2 interceptions for Streator as well. One was thrown by Benning and the other thrown, I think, by no, it wasn't Goins. It was, might have been Stevens. In any case, it doesn't, ultimately it doesn't really matter. So I think it was Goins. So 2 interceptions for Streator in the first half. You add up their total yardage, 44 yards of offense for the Bulldogs there in the first half. For Wilmington, rushing the football, Ryder Mentz, 1 carry for 5 yards. JT Mandak, 3 carries for 15 yards. Jacob Friddle, 6 carries for 76 yards and a couple of touchdowns. Colin James, 4 carries for 62 yards and 2 touchdowns. Carson Hansen, 4 carries for 38 yards and 2 scores. Chris Lemaster had 6 carries for 28 yards in that first half. Wilmington, 24 rushing attempts, 199 yards, and 6 touchdowns. Ryder Mentz even threw a pass and completed it. 1 of 1 in the first half for 16 yards. And if you add all that together, 215 yards of offense for Wilmington in the first half. They outgained Streator 215 to 44. And really it wasn't that much of a yardage difference. It's just the fact that Wilmington kept getting the ball at like the 35-yard line of Streator.
Yeah, they got they got a number of short fields to begin with. Well, they scored 2 touchdowns with a minute. Run off the clock, a minute something off the clock, had 2 touchdowns and 2 times on defense mixed in there as well.
All right, well, we got time tonight, so we're going to take a break. We're going to come back with a ridiculously long check of the IHSA Football Scoreboard, brought to you by Odekirk Allred and Associates. We got like another 12 minutes, so we can check scores from one side of the state to the other. We'll do that here in just a few minutes. Wilmington leads at 45-0 at the half over Streator. This is the halftime show brought to you by Pro Real Estate at pro-homes.net. Back in just a moment.
Pro Real Estate is a family-owned business established in 1983. Its staff and sales agents work in all areas of real estate sales, from first-time homebuyers to experienced investors. Located at 506 South Water Street in Wilmington, clients are welcome to stop by to discuss their real estate needs or visit our website at pro-homes.net. For a private consultation, contact us at 815-476-7916. Breezer Construction Company is a proud supporter of Wilmington Wildcats football on the Christian Internet Sports Network. For over 40 years, Breezer Construction Company has led the way in providing quality construction to the industrial, utility, and pipeline industries. For more information on Breezer Construction Company, go to breezerconstruction.com. That's breezerconstruction.com. Or call 815-521-0900. Warren's Collision Center is now at 860 Easy Street in Braidwood. They accept all insurance companies, and as always, customer service is their top priority. Contact Warren's Collision at 815-458-3300, stop by online at warrenscollision.com, or visit in person at 860 Easy Street in Braidwood. Warren's Collision Center is open from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. Warren's Collision Center, where they care beyond the repair.
Hey, Billy, where do you think you're going with that beer?
What's the big deal? He is at home.
Nice, Bob. Real nice.
Look, they're practically grown. They're juniors and seniors now, and they're here for the day. They're not going anywhere.
Yeah, that may be true for yours, but you can't let the others drink.
In Illinois, the social host law holds adults accountable for underage drinking.
If a minor who was drinking at your house injures or kills someone, you are guilty of a Class 4 felony. You get fined. You go to jail.
So, being the host, aka the adult, letting high schoolers drink is illegal.
Be their guide, don't provide. If you or someone you know abuses alcohol or drugs, please call 815-476-1660. Help is only a phone call away.
This ad is brought to you by the Wilmington Coalition for a Healthy Community in partnership with ONDCP and SAMHSA.
Cats lead at 45-0 with about 8 or 9 minutes to go before the start of half number 2. As Wilmington having no issues tonight with Streator. Cats lead big here at the half. Time for a check of the IHSA Football Scoreboard, brought to you by Odekirk Allred and Associates. Let's start in the conference here. The Illinois Central 8, the Ice Conference. Reed Custer leads Coal City 20-3 in the third quarter. So the Comets up on the Coalers. Herscher and Piatone tied at 6. That game also in the third quarter. Lyle up on Mantino 24-7 at the half. All right, other scores from around 3A. IC Catholic in a little bit of a battle with Bishop McNamara tonight. 7-7 at the half between IC and Bishop Mac. Williamsville a 34-7 lead on the New Berlin Pretzels. That's at the half. Byron leads Dixon 13-6. That's at the half. So Byron having a little bit of trouble tonight as well. Tolono Unity leads Paxton Bulkley Lona 21-0. That game is at the half. Princeton 42-13 over Bureau Valley. That is in the third quarter. Farmington ends up with a forfeit win over the Astoria Rebels. Bonus points if you could tell me where Astoria is.
I have no idea.
And Durand Pecatonica up on Galena 39-7. That's in the third quarter.
They get 10 points for the name.
Listen, I can tell you where Galena is. I'm not so sure about Durand Pecatonica. But, we don't discriminate with schools here. I mean, if it's in the state of Illinois, it's probably in this.
It can go on our list.
Okay, so let's look throughout the suburbs here. South Elgin leads Bartlett 20-0 in the second quarter. It's Batavia 21-0 over St. Charles East in the second quarter. Joliet Catholic leads Bennett 21-13. That game is at the half. Bradley Bourbonnais a 20-7 lead over Stagg in the second quarter. Larkin defeated Elgin tonight 30-28. Tri-Valley leads Eureka 15-7. That's in the third quarter. Deer Creek Mackinac 14-0 lead over Fieldcrest. That's in the second quarter. Palatine 7-0 over Fremd. That's just underway in the first quarter. Glenbard South. All the Glenbards and Glen Brooks and everybody else are all playing each other tonight apparently. So Glenbard South leads Glenbard East 14-0. That's in the second quarter. Glenbrook South and Glenbrook North are playing tonight, but we don't have a score from that yet. Hersey leads Prospect 7-0 in the first quarter. It's Wheaton-Warrenville South, a 7-0 lead on Lake Park in the second quarter. LaSalle Peru leads Morris tonight, 7-0 in the second quarter. That's interesting. The Redskins come in tonight undefeated. Lamont 7-0 over Thornton Fractional South. That's in the first quarter. By the way, Lincoln Way Central and Bolingbrook playing tonight, but no score from that quite yet. Lincoln Way East leads Lockport 12-3 in the fourth quarter. Lockport's been rolling this year, and they're running into some stuff with Lincoln Way East tonight. Lincoln Way West leads Andrew 21-0 at the half. Glenbard West leads Lions 7-3 in the first quarter. Evanston and Maine South are tied at 7 in the second. It's Brother Rice 14-0 over Marion Catholic in the second quarter. And Manuka leads Yorkville tonight 14-7 in the second quarter. Manuka needs to win out to get into the playoffs. They're 3-4 on the year, playing the 4-3 Yorkville Foxes. By the way, that Morris-LaSalle Peru game, when LaSalle Peru's up 7-0, Morris is 7-0, and LaSalle Peru came into that game at 5-2. So that's a good matchup over in LaSalle tonight. Johnsburg leads Woodstock North 17-0. Johnsburg with one win so far this year. Of course, Woodstock North has no wins. Willowbrook a 10-7 lead over York. That's at the half. Wheaton North leads Geneva 13-0 at the half. It's Vernon Hills 7, Highland Park nothing in the first quarter. Sycamore a 21-0 lead on Woodstock in the first quarter. Pearl City Eastland a 12-6 lead on Stillman Valley. That game in the second quarter. St. Rita's taking care of Providence tonight 21-0 in the second quarter. By the way, Providence also more than likely needs to win out. They are 3-4. Now, could they get in at 4-5? Conceivably, but that would be tough to do. St. Patrick getting blown out by Loyola 28-0 at the half. Chicago Mount Carmel 28-0 over St. Viator in the second quarter. It's St. Joseph Ogden leading Rantoul 15-6 at the half. St. Ignatius leads DePaul College Prep 28-0 in the second quarter. Glenbar North leads St. Charles North 7-3 in the second quarter. Shepherd over Revis 21-0 at the half. It's Seneca leading Clifton Central 6-0 in the first quarter. That would be a surprising upset. Seneca at 2-5 and Clifton Central at 5-2. And the Fighting Irish leading at 6-0. Marengo leads Sandwich 22-0 in the first quarter. Sandwich has not got a win all year, and it does not appear that it's going to happen tonight either. They're going to move more than likely to 0-8. Aurora Central Catholic leads Ridgewood 20-0 at the half. It's Richmond Burton 28-0 over Harvard. That's in the first quarter. Rochelle leads Plano tonight 7-0 in the first. Get this. Plainfield Central leads Romeoville. So now you think this is bad. 57-0 in the second quarter.
Oh, my.
Plainfield Central 57-0 over Romeoville in the second quarter. Oswego leads Oswego East 17-7 in the second. It's Sneaqua Valley 13-0 over DeKalb. That's in the second quarter. Naperville North 21-0 over Waubonsie Valley. That's at the half. And Naperville Central 28-7 over Matea Valley in the second quarter. All right, back to the Illinois Central 8, the ICE Conference. Reed Custer now leads Coal City 26-3 in the third quarter. So the Comets no problem with the Coalers tonight. Piatone leads Herscher now 14-6 in the third quarter, and Lyle now up 31-7 on Mantino in the third quarter. Holy smokes. Is this correct? IC and Bishop Max 7-7 at the half? Wow. Okay then. And also Plainfield Central 57-0 over Romeoville? Wow. I just wanted to double check to make sure that those were correct. All right, got a couple of minutes away from the start of half number 2. That was a full check of the IHSA Football Scoreboard brought to you by Odekirk Allred Associates. We'll have another full check of that in the postgame tonight. We'll come back with the start of half number 2 in just a moment. The Cats lead at 45-0 as the halftime show draws to a close, brought to you by Pro Real Estate at pro-homes.net and also at 815-476-7916. Back in just a moment.
Wilmington Pharmacy proudly accepts all insurance plans and can easily transfer your prescriptions. They also offer delivery and a drive-through window. Wilmington Pharmacy is open 9 to 7 Monday through Friday and 9 to 4 on Saturday. Stop by at 600 West Baltimore Street in Wilmington or call Wilmington Pharmacy at 815-926-1770. That's 815-926-1770. When you need the very best representation on your side, the attorneys and staff at Odekirk Allred and Associates are here to help with extensive professional experience in cases involving criminal defense, divorce, custody, personal injury, residential real estate, and driver's license reinstatement. Odekirk Allred and Associates and its diverse team is prepared to commit personalized attention and aggressive representation to achieve positive outcomes for your most stressful legal issues. Odekirk Allred and Associates has a team of highly skilled attorneys from the area, including Wilmington locals. Odekirk Allred and Associates takes pride in its communication skills and unmatched reputation for success. Contact Odekirk Allred and Associates at 815-740-1700 or stop by their new office location in Wilmington at 1095 South Water Street for your free consultation today.
So the Cats lead at 45-0 as we get set to start half number 2. By the way, mentioned we would keep you up to date on all the scores going on tonight. Morris now leads LaSalle Peru 10-7. So Morris has come back to snag a lead, and that one will keep you apprised of any scores that happen throughout the rest of tonight.
I'd kind of like to see our old friend Morris make it through with an undefeated record.
Yeah, it's been an interesting year for Morris, trying to go 8-0, ranked there in 4A or 5A.
I think it's 5A, isn't it?
I don't know. They've come down a notch or two here in the last few years. Either way, it's not easy.
I knew the day when
you have Joliet Catholic in 4A. That's what we would call a problem for everyone else in 4A.
Yes.
So Streator will get set to kick it away, left to right as we get started here in the third quarter.
You know, Wilmington deferred to the second half, so they will get the ball.
So the approach here, and the kick taken down at the 10-yard line. Taken out across the 20 and approaches the 25. The return by Drew Walsh, 5'7", 120-pound junior. So the Cats will have it first and 10 from their own 23-yard line. Now you're going to see a little bit of everything in the second half from Wilmington.
Yeah, don't let anything surprise you.
It's going to be very, very interesting before the night is over with, I do believe. And it looks like Cameron
Here comes all kinds of
Hutter
people.
is going to be running the quarterbacking duties here. So back to the double wing here in motion. A pitch back almost went past Mandak, but he ends up losing a yard or two. Bring up second down and 11 is, again, Wilmington with pretty much entirely second teamers in there, maybe even deeper than that at this point.
Yeah, they've got a little bit everybody in there right now.
So 11 minutes to go here in the third quarter.
Caleb's goal.
So it's Mandak to one side, Lemaster to the other, and I believe that's still Hunter Hayes at fullback. This is Mandak across the 25, out across the 30 now before he's tripped up. A gain of about 7 yards. Bring up 3rd and 3 for Wilmington. As Walsh back in, and Mandak will check out. 3rd down and a long 2, really a short 3 here. So down to 10-10 to go in this third quarter. So again, back to the double wing here. And pitch back to Walsh. And he'll get stacked up for no gain. He'll bring up 4th down and 3. And now Wilmington will be forced to punt it away.
First time tonight. Of course it is. About all substitutes right now.
Yeah, the Cats have, well, they started going to second teamers at the beginning of the second quarter. They have continued to do that here. So Richards will get set to punt it away here. Hasn't had to do that so far tonight. This rolls back to him, and Richards picks it up and absolutely launches a kick inside the 30. It's going to roll down to about the 21-yard line.
What a kick.
And that's a good flip of field position. So Streator will take over 1st and 10 from there. Now we do have a running clock the entire second half, no matter what happens. So this should be a very quick second half, as opposed to a first half that took, what, an hour and a half or something like that?
Oh boy, yes.
So Streator will have it 1st and 10 from the 21-yard line, I believe. Going left to right here. 2 receivers to the far side, 1 back to the near. And Benning out of the shotgun. As the handoff comes right side, this across the 25, out near the 27-yard line. On the carry for Seth Miles. Gain of 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5 for Streator, down to 8 minutes to go in the third. By the way, Friddle is not even in pads anymore. He's completely out of uniform.
You're not going to see those starting guys.
Oh, and he was limping around a little bit too. So.
Yes, he was.
Handoff goes up the middle, out near the 30. This is not going to be enough for a first down, as that was stacked up after a gain of a couple, again for Miles. Bring up 3rd down and a yard. Sure to join us next week. Wilmington will be on the road to close out the year against Mantino. 6:45 broadcast time here on the network. And then next Saturday, October 23rd, the playoff pairing show at 7 o'clock. Swing pass far side, that's caught across the 30, 35, out near the 40 to the, about the 39-yard line goes the reception by Cade Stevens. A gain of about 10 yards and a Streator first down. on the 6:40 and counting here in the third quarter. So again, two receivers to the far side, one back to the near. Benning out of the shotgun will hand it off left side. This is Miles again. We'll get 3, maybe 4 yards. And finally brought down on the play by number 51 for Wilmington, who I don't have on either roster. One again.
Yeah, I'm afraid you're going to have some of those.
Bring up 2nd down and 6. Apparently that's Pete Rampa. So 2 receivers to the far side, one back to the near. Benning on 2nd and 6 will swing pass to the far side, and that goes through the hands of Darrell Gollins, and it'll bring up 3rd down and 6. Clock continues to roll down to 5:35 here in the third quarter. So again, 2 receivers to the far side, one back to the near. Pistol formation for Christian Benning. And handoff goes to Miles up the middle, and he'll have a 1st down into Wilmington territory down near the 47-yard line before he's finally brought down by Cutter. The gain of roughly 11, 12 yards and a Streator 1st down, 1st and 10 from the Wilmington 48.
Well, they're finding it a little easier to run against the 2nd, 3rd teamers.
Actually, a pretty good matchup to start the
Not bad, is it?
Here. So again, 2 receivers to the far side, one to the near. Pistol formation for Benning. As the handoff goes up in the middle to Anifi Ford, as Ford will get a couple of yards and bring up 2nd down and long.
Well, Miller didn't carry in the first half, and Ford didn't carry in the first half. That's 2 new runners for Bulldogs getting the pigskin.
So 2nd down and 8 from the Wilmington 46. Benning hands it off to Ford off the left side. Still going, breaks it free up the sideline, and Ford is going to go for a touchdown here. A 46-yard touchdown run for Anifi Ford. Make it 45-6. With 3:43 to go in the third.
I thought the clock kept running.
Well, that's what I thought, but we've got a flag down on the far side. So offside on Wilmington. So extra point upcoming here. Snap is a little high, and that kick is blocked, and that's where it will stop. So the kick from Parker Phyllis is blocked, and it'll make 45-6. The lead from Wilmington, 3:43 to go in the third quarter. Back with more Cats football in a moment on the Christian Internet Sports Network.
Wilmington Pizzeria is located at 205 East Baltimore Street in Wilmington. They have pizza, pasta, sandwiches, and a full selection of family meal deals. They offer pickup and delivery too. Wilmington Pizzeria is open Monday through Thursday, 10:30 to 9, and Friday and Saturday from 10:30 to 10. Call Wilmington Pizzeria at 815-476-7011. That's 815-476-7011. Quigley Technology Services is your local source for computer help. They have built numerous websites, including ours here at the Christian Internet Sports Network. Quigley Technology Services also specializes in virus removal, so your computer will get back to full speed now. And you can trust them for first-class computer repair, including free local pickup and delivery, plus on-site service, including after hours. Contact Quigley Technology Services at 815-293-7844 or stop by at quigtech.com. That's QUIG tech.com.
So Drew Walsh on the return for Wilmington and make it 1st and 10 for the Wildcats from their own 26-yard line. 3:18 and counting here in the third quarter.
Well, let's see what the second and third teamers can do against the Bulldogs here in this second possession.
So back into the double wing here. Pitch comes left side. It's across the 25, out near the 30. And the run by Drew Walsh. Bring up 2nd down and 6 after a gain of 4. So 2nd down and 6. Just a couple minutes left here in the third quarter as Wilmington has been in control since the opening kick here tonight. Pitch comes left side. This is Walsh. Big hole across the 35, out near the 42-yard line.
Walsh on the carry. He picks up a Wildcat first down.
Gain of about 12 more and a Wilmington first down.
That was a nice job of Walsh coming around that left side and then turning on the speed, shooting through the gap.
By the way, Jeff says from the Wildcat weather office, it's 53 degrees and it's only raining in Manteno.
From the Wildcat office?
Yeah, the Wildcat weather office. Jeff Dillon manning that booth tonight. Of course, Dennis is out in Manteno. We got people all over the place tonight. This is Mandak off the right side. That gets stacked up for a loss of a yard or two. It'll bring up 2nd down and 11. Down to 110 and counting here in the third quarter.
Oh, Mandak ran a ball 3 times in the second half. 8 yards to 1, but the other 2 were -1 each. So he's got 3 runs for 6 yards.
So out of the double wing, pitch comes left side. Walsh, big hole again across midfield, all the way down to the 46-yard line. Gain of 13, almost 14, and a Wilmington first down to the 46 of Streator. And that will more than likely be the end of the third quarter here as Wilmington will let that run out. We'll head to quarter number 4. Cats lead at 45-6. Back with more Wilmington football in just a moment.
If you're looking for more information on Wilmington Wildcats football, then check out the Catbackers every Wednesday at 7 at Tuffy's. Each week, Coach Reentz goes over game film, takes questions from the audience, and presents the Offensive and Defensive Player of the Week awards. Plus, you'll get to hang out with other Wildcat fans and get the inside scoop on next week's game. So be sure to check out the Catbackers every Wednesday at 7 at Tuffy's. Teresa's Family Styling Salon in Wilmington is an all-ages salon that will style your hair for that special look. They offer cuts, perms, and coloring for any fashion. They also carry Paul Mitchell and Brocato products. Teresa's Family Styling Salon is located in the Southgate Plaza in Wilmington, and you can call for an appointment at 815-476-1955. That's 815-476-1955.
So 45-6 is the lead for Wilmington here as we start the fourth quarter. Cats will have it 1st and 10 from the 46 of Streator.
That was a little quicker third quarter.
Got a couple of scoring updates we can pass along to you here in just a moment. And a fumbled snap by Cutter, and he is down for a loss of a yard, bring up 2nd down and 11. By the way, Reed Custer now up 33-9 on Coal City. That game in the fourth quarter. Piatone a 19-6 lead on Herscher in the fourth, and Lyle now 38-7 over Mantino. By the way, IC Catholic now leads Bishop Mack. Is that 27-7 in the fourth quarter? So what was 7-7 and a half got out of control quickly in the second half. So 2nd and 11. There's another fumbled snap. So the Cats having difficulties just getting the ball to the quarterback, let alone running a play. So I'll bring up 3rd down and 11. So down to 10:40 to go in this one. This game's been over since, the midway point of the first quarter. Cutter hands it off the left side inside the 40-yard line. That gets run out of bounds right about the 38. Trying to even see who ended up with the football.
Well, that's a
who
good
did
question.
end up with the football? Is it Brandon Stahulik? I think that's number 24, Brandon Stahulik.
Yeah, there's a 4 in the number.
Yeah, I think that's it. So bring up 4th down and 4 from the Streator 40-yard line. Looks like Wilmington is going to go ahead and go for it here. Get everything packed into this double wing. Now pitch comes right side. This is Walsh, who's wrapped up for a loss of a couple of yards. Streator will get the ball back on that turnover on downs. Clock continues to roll. 9:30 to go in this one. Wilmington's going to stay undefeated and move to 8-0 on the year. Streator's playoff hopes go by the wayside as they will move to 3-5. So 1st and 10 from the 42. Pass fired down the far sideline. That is through the hands of Cade Stevens. Bring up 2nd down and 10. That was actually a pretty good pass.
That was a nice pass.
And went right through the hands of Stevens, about 30 yards downfield or so. Bring up 2nd down and 10.
There's some good pressure coming on him at the same time from the Wildcats. He had to throw it when he threw it any longer, and he'd been tackled for a sack.
Bring up 2nd down and 10. Pitch comes near side across the 40, 45 out to midfield, and up the sideline goes Goins inside the 30. Inside the 20, and Goins is going to go into the end zone for a 57-yard touchdown run. Make it 45-12. pending the extra point. Well, extra point upcoming here. Streator still trying to run on people to get enough people out there to kick the extra point. And that'll make it 45-13 as the extra point is good. 7:54 to go in the game. Take a break. Back with more Cats football in a moment.
Pro Real Estate is a family-owned business established in 1983. Its staff and sales agents work in all areas of real estate sales, from first-time homebuyers to experienced investors. Located at 506 South Water Street in Wilmington, clients are welcome to stop by to discuss their real estate needs or visit our website at pro-homes.net. For a private consultation, contact us at 815-476-7916. Breezer Construction Company is a proud supporter of Wilmington Wildcats football on the Christian Internet Sports Network. For over 40 years, Breezer Construction Company has led the way in providing quality construction to the industrial, utility, and pipeline industries. For more information on Breezer Construction Company, go to breezerconstruction.com. That's breezerconstruction.com. Or call 815-521-0900.
So apparently Streator decides to go for an onside kick, which is,
Egan Thomas.
yeah.
Covers the onside kick.
In any case, I don't think that's set too well with the Wilmington coaching staff, to tell you the truth.
It shouldn't.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for Wilmington from their own 48. I mean, there's a there's a point where, yeah, well, we'll just leave it at that. 1st and 10 for Wilmington from the 48. This is Mandak going to fumble the football. And Streator going to get it back again. Or are they going to say that? I don't know what they're saying. I mean, did they ever motion that Streator has the ball?
No.
So Wilmington ended up, okay. Well, that's, I don't know how that happened, but apparently it'll be 2nd down and 12.
That toss back to him was way up over his head. And there was a Streator guy got his arm in there.
Looked like he's laying on top of the football, but apparently he didn't recover it. So 6:15 and counting. So up the middle, I believe this is Cutter on the quarterback keeper. He'll pick up 4 yards or so. Bring up 3rd down and long. 3rd down and about 7 after a gain of 4. So 3rd down and 7, everything packed into the double wing here. Cutter, did he drop the snap again?
I think he did.
It's going to bring up 4th down.
That's the third fumble there for him. And there was another fumble by Walsh. Check that, Mandak.
So Wilmington's going to let this run all the way down, and apparently he's going to take either a timeout or get a delay a game or something here. So that will be a delay of game on Wilmington. Actually, quite frankly, Wilmington could take a delay of game from now for the next 5 minutes and just run the clock out. They don't even have to do another play. I mean, I literally think they could stand here for 5 minutes and just keep taking delay of games.
I think you're absolutely right. I think they could exactly do that.
I mean, Wilmington's not going to do that, but you could potentially do that if you really wanted to. So 4th down and 11. Cutter going to keep it himself. And almost got a first down out of it. He got a good 9 yards or so. So it will be first down Streator after the gain of 9 for Cutter. So down under 3 minutes. Again, be sure to join us on the postgame show here, brought to you by Warren's Collision Center. Final stat totals tonight. We'll talk to the head coach of the Wildcats, Mr. Jeff Rainson. We'll also have one last check of the IHSA Football Scoreboard, brought to you by Odekirk, Allred and Associates. We'll get to all that here in just a couple of minutes. And timeout to Streator. All righty. We'll be back in just a moment.
Warren's Collision Center is now at 860 Easy Street in Braidwood. They accept all insurance companies, and as always, customer service is their top priority. Contact Warren's Collision at 815-458-3300, stop by online at warrenscollision.com, or visit in person at 860 Easy Street in Braidwood. Warren's Collision Center is open from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. Warren's Collision Center, where they care beyond the repair.
So a timeout to Streator. Looks like they're going to go I formation and maybe just run the ball here. Let's all hope so. The pitch goes right side, relatively large hole. This still going up the sideline, inside the 40, still going down to about the 35. A gain of about 20 yards for Seth Miles. So it'll be 1st and 10 from the Wilmington. I guess they're going to put it down at the 34. We've had some games like this in the past, but I can't remember one
Not like
in
this.
a long time that's been quite to this level. So 1st and 10. Handoff to the fullback. And Golin's still going, and he's finally tackled for a 4 or 5 yard loss. Give him credit, he kept getting after it. Down to 135 and going here. Loss of a couple of yards. There's a few hardy souls left here in the stands.
Yeah, there are some still here.
Some people have hung around, but you really have stuck through some things to be here to the final whistle on this one. 2nd down and 12. 2 receivers to the far side, 1 back to the near. A little pitch to the outside. Miles trying to get the corner and is tripped up at about the 30, so give Miles 7 more yards. So it looks like Streator's going to have to run maybe one more play here from the Wilmington 31.
Well,
Yeah,
quite a second half.
I don't think they're actually even going to run one. I think this is just going to run out. So the final's going to be 45-13 is the win for Wilmington. The Cats move to 8-0. Streator will drop to 3-5 as Wilmington gets a win here tonight. Going to week 9, still undefeated at 8-0. All right, we will be back in just a moment as we get our post-game show underway, brought to you by Warren's Collision Center, where they care beyond the repair. We will get to the post-game in just a moment, talk to Coach Reitz, and have a full check of the IHSA football scoreboard as well. Do that in just a moment.
Wilmington Pharmacy proudly accepts all insurance plans and can easily transfer your prescriptions. They also offer delivery and a drive-through window. Wilmington Pharmacy is open 9 to 7 Monday through Friday and 9 to 4 on Saturday. Stop by at 600 West Baltimore Street in Wilmington or call Wilmington Pharmacy at 815-926-1770. That's 815-926-1770. When you need the very best representation on your side, the attorneys and staff at Odekirk Allred and Associates are here to help with extensive professional experience in cases involving criminal defense, divorce, custody, personal injury, residential real estate, and driver's license reinstatement. Odekirk Allred and Associates and its diverse team is prepared to commit personalized attention and aggressive representation to achieve positive outcomes for your most stressful legal issues. Odekirk Allred and Associates has a team of highly skilled attorneys from the area, including Wilmington locals. Odekirk Allred and Associates takes pride in its communication skills and unmatched reputation for success. Contact Odekirk Allred and Associates at 815-740-1700 or stop by their new office location in Wilmington at 1095 South Water Street for your free consultation today. Wilmington Pizzeria is located at 205 East Baltimore Street in Wilmington. They have pizza, pasta, sandwiches, and a full selection of family meal deals. They offer pickup and delivery too. Wilmington Pizzeria is open Monday through Thursday, 10:30 to 9, and Friday and Saturday from 10:30 to 10. Call Wilmington Pizzeria at 815-476-7011. That's 815-476-7011. Quigley Technology Services is your local source for computer help. They have built numerous websites, including ours here at the Christian Internet Sports Network. Quigley Technology Services also specializes in virus removal, so your computer will get back to full speed now. And you can trust them for first-class computer repair, including free local pickup and delivery, plus on-site service, including after hours. Contact Quigley Technology Services at 815-293-7844 or stop by at quigtech.com. That's QUIG
So the Cats win it tonight 45-13 over Streator. It was 42-0 basically at the beginning of the second quarter, and things just kind of slowed down, and both sides there in the fourth quarter just trying to get out of here relatively healthy and get to the last week or so. The Cats move to 8-0 on the year. Streator drops to 3-5. We have a couple of things to get to here on the postgame show. Of course, we'll get to your full stats in just a moment. We'll talk to the head coach of the Wildcats, Mr. Jeff Reitz, as well. For now, let's have a check of the IHSA football scoreboard brought to you by Odekirk Allred and Associates. Make sure I get this refreshed here. Reed Custer defeats Coal City tonight 33-9. So the Comets move to 6-1. Coal City drops to 5-2. Piatone 19-6 over Herscher. That is now a final tonight as the Blue Devils at 4-3 on the year. Herscher now drops out of playoff contention at 2-5. Lyle 38-7 over Mantino. That game in the third quarter. If Lyle wins there, they would be 5-3 and still alive for a playoff spot. IC Catholic leads Bishop McNamara 28-7. That's in the fourth quarter. Williamsville 42-14 over New Berlin in the third. Byron 27-24 over Dixon. That is a final, as the Tigers will stay undefeated. Paxton Buckley Lodi gets blown out by Tolono Unity tonight, 35-0. Princeton 49-20 over Bureau Valley. That's in the fourth quarter. Farmington got a forfeit win tonight. Monticello and Prairie Central tied at 0 in the third quarter. A pair of 6-1 teams there. Some other scores from around the area. Joliet Catholic 35-20 over Bennett. That game in the third quarter. Bradley Bourbonnais 35-14 over Stagg. That's in the fourth quarter. Some finals tonight. Downers Grove South 17-7 over Berwyn or Morton. Larkin defeats Elgin 30-28 tonight. Wheaton 57-6 over Elmwood Park. It was Tri-Valley 29, Eureka 7. Glenbrook South 44-10 over Glenbrook North. Morris, by the way, leads LaSalle Peru 10-7. That game at the half. Lamont 20-0 over Thornton Fractional South in the second quarter. Lincoln Way East defeated Lockport tonight 12-10. 12-10. Lincoln Way East over Lockport here tonight.
Wow.
Lockport will drop to 7-1. Lincoln Way East will go to 6-2. Lincoln Way West blowing out Andrew 35-0 in the third. Minooka defeats Yorkville tonight 20-17. So yeah. Minooka now 4-4 on the year. So one win away from getting into the playoffs. Yorkville will drop to 4-4. Thornwood 20-14 over Danville. That's a final tonight. Let me scroll through a couple more here. Loyola Academy 35-6 over St. Patrick. It was St. Joseph Ogden 29-6 over Rantoul tonight. And I think that pretty much covers most of the stuff from around the area. Joined here on the postgame show, brought to you by Warren's Collision Center. Joined now by the head coach of the Wildcats, Mr. Jeff Reitz. And Coach, tonight you came out ready to go. Yeah. Again, it was a game that you kind of needed that to get off to a quick start. And boy, did you, up 42-0, basically at the beginning of the second quarter. And boy, did that give you a chance to take a look at a lot of guys in a lot of different positions tonight.
No, we really did. And I was, we talked about how last week we kind of sputtered a little bit over at Lyle. And, we have going to come out tonight and establish ourselves quick. And, you go 3 and out, then Friddle scores, and then you get them 3 and out again. And we do a nice job on some fourth down plays. And, we just had the momentum, and it just really went well for us tonight. And I'm happy for our seniors because this is kind of like the official senior night tonight, with the last game of the home game of the regular season. But got all the kids in, and just like you said, we got to look on film, what we got to work on with those kids too, and but a great team win.
It's the first time we've seen Carson Hansen go to wingback. That was an interesting look tonight.
Yeah, and when you're fortunate to get up a little bit, we always have ideas that we want to try, and with Carson, boy, he's done a great job blocking all year. So we give him a little wingback, and we call that, we get into what we call our heavier set. Yep. And, just another – Carson's a great athlete. We're just looking at how do we use him. When Friddle goes down with an ankle tonight, and I think everything's going to be okay there, but, so you get Hanson a little time. Maybe he's got to play a little wingback next week, so you never know.
But I'll tell you another thing, too. This field, we had all that rain over the last 2 or 3 days. Boy, the field has held up remarkably well tonight.
It really has, and I was worried about that going into today because they just couldn't, like always, they couldn't get the forecast,
Yep.
Earlier today it was going to be 20% chance of rain. Then it got 50, and then it's back to 20. Now it's, but, we never got a true downpour today, and that was good. Yep. And but our custodial staff has this field in tremendous shape. This is as good as it's looked, coming down to the last part of the season, and hopefully we can play a few more games on this thing before it's over.
Well, now you can enjoy this game tonight, of course, and getting to 8-0, but then you get to close out the season down at Mantino and try to finish out a perfect regular season.
Yeah, it really is, and that was one of our goals going into it. They want to be conference champs, and if by chance can you do that undefeated, well, we have a chance to do that Friday. And, we're going against Mantino, and I always say this, whenever you're going against a team who they know it's their last football game, not going to be a pushover. And so we got to go there ready to play and do some, we got to work on some things still, some special team stuff. And, we completed a pass tonight, so we were that was a plus, and maybe we can work on some things that way. But first things first, let's run the ball like we did tonight. Let's stop the run, play good defense like we did, and let's keep this thing going.
I'll tell you one more thing, too, that I enjoy watching from here is that your guys interacting with Streator as well. And there was a lot of, it seemed like respect there on both sides, and the guys seem to
helping each other up a little bit.
Yes, that kind of thing.
And it's a tough situation when a score gets like this a little bit. It can get a little chippy, but it never did tonight. And Coach Tutt does a good job over there. He's trying to get that program turned around. And, he started off the season going very well. He had a couple of injuries tonight, but I know he wants to finish strong next week, and we want to finish strong ourselves. So, but no, good sportsmanship between both. It was good.
All right, Coach, congratulations on a win tonight, and let's keep it going next week in Mantino.
Hey, guys, I appreciate the coverage. I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, Coach Jeff Freitz joining us here on the postgame show. The Wildcats win at 45-13 tonight over Streator as Wilmington stays undefeated and moves to 8-0. And Streator will drop to 3-5 on the year. So next week, Wilmington on the road at Mantino, 6:45 broadcast time here on the network. Be sure to join us for that. Then next Saturday, October 23rd, around 7 o'clock or so, will be the IHSA playoff pairing show like it is each and every year. We'll be back to bring that to you next Saturday night, October 23rd, roughly at 7 o'clock after we have the coverage of Mantino next Friday night. This was a weird game from the start, and things were kind of rough for Streator, and all of a sudden Wilmington's up 42-0, and we've barely started the game, and then you got to figure out, okay, what do we do from here on out? And I say we, both sides, what do you do to, finish off the game?
Like you said, we couldn't get a handle on the game. First place, you end up scoring 2 touchdowns in a minute and having 2 defensive stands within that same time period. Then you come to the second half, and we call off the dogs, and it's coasting in. But then they didn't want to let it go, and so they tried an onside kick, and it's a strange game.
Yes, it was. It was bizarre. In any case, before we get out of here, one more look at the ice conference here. Reed Custer defeats Coal City tonight, 33-9. Piatone defeats Herscher 19-6. Lyle up big on Mantino 38-7. That is in the fourth quarter. All right, fourth quarter for Lyle and Mantino. All right, we'll see you next week from Mantino.